doing my presentation on the growth and development of a preschooler, which is the ages from 3 to 5 years old. First off, physical development. It is expected that a preschooler gains about 2 to 3 kilograms per year, and in regards to their height, they should grow about 6.2 to 9 centimeters per year. These values are from the ATI textbook, and below I included a chart with expected height and weights for 3, 4, and 5-year-old respectively. So the physical development of a preschooler, you'll see a loss in body fat and an increase in muscle mass. Preschoolers appear to be more upright and slender compared to the toddler, and it is important at every doctor's visit that they follow established growth curves. Any issues regarding height and weight could be caused by metabolic irregularities, hormonal changes. They could be failure to thrive and be malnourished. So it's important to look at all these aspects. In regards to neurological, respiratory, cardiovascular, GU, and musculoskeleton of a preschooler. Starting off with neurological, the spinal cord becomes myelinated by age 3, which allows for total bowel and bladder control. Respiratory-wise, you'll see the alveoli increase in number and airway passages increase. Cardiovascular-wise, their heart rate decreases, the blood pressure increases, and a heart murmur may be heard. Every heart murmur should still be analyzed for further. However, it is fairly common. In regards to the HENT, teeth may be present. At this time, it would be good to teach and supervise your preschooler how to brush their teeth, and ear infections are fairly common. GU, the urethra remains short in children, which increases their risk for UTIs, and females should wipe from front to back. Musculoskeleton, bone size, increase in muscles, mature. These are the expected vital signs for a preschooler. The values to the left are from Healthline, and the values to the right are actually from NCLEX. So heart rate should be between 80 to 120 beats per minute. Respiratory rate is between 20 to 28 breaths per minute. Blood pressure, systolic no more than 110 and diastolic more than 72, and temperature should be 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit. That's pretty standard. Motor skills and expected findings. So in a 3-year-old, we would anticipate that they're able to ride a tricycle. They can jump off a bottom step of a staircase. They can stand on one foot. 4-year-olds should be able to skip and hop, throw balls, and catch a ball pretty reliably. Finally, a 5-year-old should be able to jump rope, able to walk backwards, and they should be able to throw and catch a ball with ease. Nutritional-wise, preschoolers should eat about 1,200 to 1,400 calories, depending on how active they are. They should eat between 13 to 19 grams of protein a day, along with having adequate intake in iron, calcium, folate, and vitamins A and C. Saturated fats should be at a minimum, and children should be consuming approximately 5 servings of fruits and vegetables per day. And of course, they should avoid any sugary beverages, soda, really high sugary juices, anything like that. Sleep and rest wise, a child should sleep on average between or about 12 hours per day. Infrequent napping is appropriate, but they shouldn't be napping pretty consistently. It is important in order to emphasize sleep hygiene to limit the disturbances. So keeping bedtime consistent, using a nightlight as seen in this picture, providing a child with a toy, again as seen with this picture, leaving water at their bedside, and reassuring children who may be frightened or prone to night terrors, to reassure them, but at the end of the day to avoid sleeping with their parents, as this will only not help them with sleeping on their own. In regards to social development, separation anxiety is decreased among this age group. However, prolonged separation can lead to anxiety. Changes in daily routine are better tolerated in preschoolers, and pretend play for them is very healthy. Age-appropriate activities for this child group could be playing ball, writing puzzles, or doing puzzles, art, reading books, skating, etc. Communication techniques. So at this age, children are able to identify and name everyday objects. Their vernacular and vocabulary increases to about 2,100 words by the end of age 5. They're able to speak in several word sentences, which increases as they get older. And now they use talking as their primary method of communication. Safety. So bodily harm, it is imperative to lock and stow away weapons, guns, knives away from preschoolers and any kids for that matter. It's important to teach stranger danger techniques and encourage the use of helmets and protective pads when they're riding on a scooter, on a bike, etc. Burns. Um, Thermostats should be set below 120 degrees. Working smoke detectors are a must, and having your child wear sunscreen is super important. When I was young, about this age, I put my hand on top of a stove. That wasn't a smart idea, so it's also smart when cooking to have kiddos away from that. Drowning, never leave children unattended in water. This is also a good age to start teaching swim lessons. In fact, my twin brother used to teach swim lessons, and he was teaching lessons to kids as young as 2. Finally, motor vehicle injuries. It is imperative to use federally approved car seats and use them as they are designed. They can car seats should be used until the child reaches the height of 145 centimeters, which I believe is 4'9", or they reach the age of 8 to 12, and it is also very important to teach pedestrian safety. So Paget, the pre-operational phase is between ages 3 to 7. The preschooler fits into this age group. In regards to their cognitive development, they should be learning how to speak, use gestures. They should be able to draw. They do a lot of pretend playing, role playing. At age 4, preschoolers begin questioning everything. This is the meme Professor Finney was talking about in class. Linda, listen. And finally, their thought process moves from more egocentric to being more socially aware and more aware of their surroundings. And then these last 4 things I included here: magical thinking. That is when children perceive thoughts to be powerful, which can cause events to occur. Animism is when children assign inanimate objects lifelike qualities. Centration is the focus on one aspect instead of considering all possible alternatives. And finally, time. Children begin learning the concept of time a lot better. So Erickson, during this age group, it's between initiative versus guilt. Kids are energetic learners. Guilt can occur when they have misbehaved or are unsuccessful with completing a certain task. At this age, it's important to offer guidance, but allow the preschooler to learn on their own as appropriate. Health promotion. At this time, CDC recommends children 3 to 6 years old to get the influenza, so the flu vaccine. And they also recommend 4 to 6-year-olds to get their Tdap, measles, mumps, rubella, and varicella vaccines. I'm sure at one point the CDC will recommend children in this age group to get the COVID vaccine. And finally, these are my references. And thank you for watching.